Hello friends, welcome to another chapter of Excel training. In this chapter we'll learn something called as interactive charting. Basically, in today's business professionals are increasingly want to be empowered to switch from one view of data to another with a simple list of choices. So for those who build dashboards and reports, this empowerment comes with a whole new set of issues. The issue is how to handle a user who wants to see multiple views for multiple regions or markets. Fortunately, Excel offers a handful of tools that enables us to add interactivity into our presentations. With these tools and a bit of creative data modeling, we can accomplish these goals and make our reports or charts interactive. Like for example, this is a chart which is an example of an interactive chart. I'll show you how. See, you can change whatever you want in this chart. If you want to compare profits with new customers, you can do. If you want to compare profit and operational cost and new customers, you can do. If you want to compare profit and operational cost, you can do. If you want to compare sales, profits and operational costs, you can do. So there is a lot of interactivity which has come up in this kind of a chart. Now, how to make this kind of a chart? We'll learn more about interactive charting today in this lecture. But before starting with the interactive charting, those people who don't have developer tab over here, okay, for that my suggestion is you have to go to Excel options and just check this thing. So just click on this thing. So that means Excel, you are ordering Excel to show developer tab in the ribbon, because in order to learn about interactive charting, this is must. So your developer tab should be in the ribbon. So now our developer tab is in the ribbon, so we'll just learn how to go about it. Now I'll just copy this data. Okay. Now in order to make your charts interactive, Excel offers a set of controls called as form controls. Okay, now where to find the form control? So go to developer tab. So these are your controls. We have form controls as well as ActiveX controls. About difference between form control and ActiveX controls, we can do this thing maybe in a bonus lecture or something like that, but as of now I'm not going deep into it. So in order to add interactivity to your worksheet, for example, like in this case we will be selecting a checkbox. Checkbox basically it provides a mechanism for select deselect scenario. When selected, it returns a value of true, otherwise it will return false as the value. Just click on the checkbox. Just keep your checkbox ready over here, then Control C, Control V, 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 because we have 4 parameters over here, so that is why we have chosen 4 check boxes. Okay, you can go to it. If you want to move the checkbox from one location to another, you have to first click on Control, keep the Control key pressed and then drag it. Okay, so this is the way you will add interactivity, and we'll learn more about it in our lecture. Okay, now just click over here, bring it down, and the first thing which we'll do, first interactive, or the first what we say form tool which we require is sales. The second one is the profits. So profits. Okay, So sales has come, profits have come. Now the third one which we require is the operational cost. So just edit the text, so it's operational costs. Fourth one is the new customers. So now my all the four check boxes are ready to work. I'll show you what to do with them. So just press a control key and select the balance ones and delete them. We don't require them. Okay, now we have our four check boxes with us. So now in order to add interactivity to our charts, just press the control key, select sales, right click, go to format control, click on control, click checked over here, and for cell link click over here. Okay, then press OK. So whenever the sales, whenever we are checking this thing, it will show true as the value. If we uncheck it, it will show false as the value. Just this is the basic understanding which you have to keep. So as soon as you click it, it should show true. As soon as you uncheck it, it should show false. I'll show you for one more. First, control key, select, right click, go to form control, check, cell link is this one, and OK. So as soon as you click it, it is uncheck it, it is false, and as soon as you click it, it is true. In the same way you have to do for operational cost as well as for the customers. So that means as soon as you uncheck them, so you will have false, false, false as the value. This is still checked, so that is why true is the value. Now we'll just learn how to add interactivity. Now what we'll do, we'll just write a simple formula. I'll just delete everything. Equal to if C17 is equal to true, the value I want is this one, otherwise a blank value. So I'll just C17. Okay, I'll just freeze it, C17, and press enter. Checked it. So 640 is the value which I got over here. Just drag it down. So I got all those values which are mentioned over here, because as soon as I check it, the value is true, and as per the formula, if C17 is true, okay, so it should show me value of C6, which is this one. And as soon as I go down, because of relative referencing, it will give me the correct value. In the same way, or instead of making this, I'll just change it to maybe C$17. Enter. Then I'll select the complete data, and I'll just simply drag it. Why it is not coming away? Okay. I think there is some error I have done. It should be. It should be this cell. Okay. Enter. So this is the way you have to do it. Okay, so now our basic data table sheet is ready. So now what you can do, you can select the data, this data, go to insert, click on columns. First try to make a column chart. I'll just make it down so that you can also see the interactivity option being applied. These things I'll just bring it to the bottom. So the first column is the year, which I think is some mistake, so I'll just delete it simply. So in order to add to the horizontal axis, select data, edit, select the years which you have. Okay, okay. Sorry. The mistake which I have done over here is basically I have taken these cells as the reference because I already showed you how to make these things. So I think this should be okay. I can take the top one as the reference so that you know how we have done it. So after this table is done, what you have to do, you have to select the data, insert, column. Okay, I'll just bring it down, format legend, bottom, close. Just remove this first thing, then click over here, select data for the horizontal category, which is this one. Okay, okay. Now instead of this, as you can see, this is a small new customer. I'll shift this to the secondary axis like this, and instead of this being a, instead of keeping this as a column, I'll just change it to a line. Okay, now my chart is ready. Now in order to see the interactivity, then click over here and you can see the things which are coming and going. Like you can compare sales with profits alone. If you want to see, you can have a look at it. If you want to see profits versus operational cost, again you can have a look at it. If you want to see profits, operational cost and new customers, you can have a look at it. So this is our first example regarding adding interactivity into our charts. So the thing which you have to learn over here is using form controls. Like in this case, we have used a checkbox which select or deselect a scenario. So after deselecting selecting a scenario, we want a value of true or false. Then based on the if condition, we have to order Excel that only if the condition is meeting, show the value for a particular cell. Otherwise, don't show it. If the value is not being shown, automatically these things won't be shown in the chart. So this is the way you add interactivity to your charts. Now going ahead with the second example, like in this case I'll be just explaining you, I won't be able to show you everything. So like what we have revenues, month-wise revenues across all the regions. It's just again a fictitious data. We have region-wise monthly revenues, then we have region-wise net income, and then we have region-wise gross margin. Okay, and we want to make this kind of a chart. Have a look at it. So as soon as you select the region, it shows us region-wise what is the revenue, what is the gross margin, and what is the net income. It's a very good chart as far as managers are there, they are concerned. They can, what we say, learn a lot of things out of this chart, and then according to the information supplied by the chart, they can think of, like in East region, this is like of total of all regions, this is the net income. We talk about East region, the net income is dipping. In North, sometimes it's dipping, sometimes it's going up. In west it is consistently high, it's okay. In south the gross margin is very low. So these things can help a manager to take decisions. And in order to make this thing which we have, the form control which we'll be using over here is combo box. Okay, so in order to do this we'll use a combo box. So we go to developer, insert a combo box form tool, like this. Will things I've made some mistake. It's not a combo box. It's basically a list box. Okay, so if we'll make this kind of interaction by means of a list box. So in order to make a list box, we'll go to first developer tab, insert list box. Okay, this is the kind of form control tool which we'll be using in order to make this kind of a chart. First we'll just assign form control. Okay, our input range will be, we have to mention the regions. So this will be our input range. Okay, and cell link will be, you can take it any cell, maybe this cell. Selection type maybe multi, 3D shading, give it a single only. Okay, so now as soon as you click on this, the number is getting changed over here. As soon as you click 1, it means all regions. So as soon as you click all regions, it means 1. If you click on east, it means 2. If you click on west, it means 5. Okay, and what we have done over here, we have used a choose function. Choose function, as you already have done in nested if lectures, so I am not gonna go deep into it. So I'll just tell you only for one cell. I'll just explain you. So equal to choose index number. Index number it will take from maybe this cell. Okay, if 4 is the value, okay, like one sec, choose, if 1 is the value, it will choose all regions. So all regions, this. If 2 is the value, it will take this. If 3 is the value, it will take this. If 4 is the value, it will take this. If 5 is the value, it will take this. Okay, now as soon as I click on east, the value will become 27474. There is an error or what? No, I think it's okay. So as you click on north, the value will become this. If it's south, the value will become this. So this is the way you will frame this complete data table by using the choose function. You can have a look at the worksheet as and when you feel time, and when you go through it. So based on this worksheet, we have made this kind of a chart. You already know how to make a combination chart. So the only thing which has been added over here is the interactivity. Only the interactivity is the thing which we have added in this chart. So I think it will be quite easy for you to go through this chart and learn more about it. Okay, thank you. Now the next and last topic of interactive charting is this one. You can see the graph which we have made. Okay, quite a pretty simple graph. Again, in this case we are using the option button control. So option button basically it allows users to toggle through several options one at a time. The idea is to have 2 or more option buttons in a group, then selecting one option button automatically deselects the other 2. Like when I'm selecting income, the expense and net are deselected. Just make it a bit small. Like in this case it's completely income. If you want to say only expenses, click on the expense, you will see the expense for all the 4 quarters for the year 2010, 9 and 8. If you want to know the net, then click on it. Okay. Now, how to insert the option button control? For that, you have to go to developer tab, insert. This is the option button control. So 3 times you have to put it. I'll just again show you control, shift, format control. And what we have done, we have kept it unchecked and link to cell this. Okay. So this is the way we have done it. So 3 button controls you have to fix, and you have to link it to a one cell only. Now let's see how to make the data table. Like, this is our data, income, expense and net. We'll use the if formula. The formula which we are using is if P1, if this is 1, then C6, that is we should use 2010 income, comma, if this is 2, we should use C10, that is expense. If this is 3, we should use net. Okay, based on this data only, we have framed a complete data table, and accordingly we have made the graph, and interactivity is done by over here. I think now you are very much clear with the interactive charts which we have in Excel, and you might have learned few things over here about interactive charts, and I hope that you will use the interactive charts in years to come while working with Excel, and hence gain the appreciation of your bosses and your colleagues. Please do teach other people interactive charts. This is just a suggestion of mine. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye bye.